as a girl. Or I could just use a girl, okay? Why don't I just use a girl since Tim's already kind of taking one for the team. Angel, would you mind? Okay, if you take your jacket off. I'm not really going to make Angel change or anything. But let's say, you know, maybe I needed to do some work on her shoulder blades or on her back. And I needed her to take off her t-shirt and maybe even her undergarments, okay? So I would tell her, you know, Miss James, I'm Amy, I'm your physical therapist. Today we're going to need to do some work on your shoulder blades and your back. And I'm going to leave you this gown and a sheet, and I'm going to need you to remove your brassiere and also your t-shirt. Is that okay with you? Okay. What I want you to do is after you remove those things, I want you to put the gown on. You can have the opening to the back. Then I'm going to leave this sheet with you. And what I want you to do, this is kind of a good way to have them drape themselves before you come in. Okay? I want you to unfold this and with the, have the opening at the top. And after you put your gown on, you can take this sheet and kind of wrap it underneath your arms and then lay down on your belly for me. Okay? That way she can sort of cover herself up with her sheet. And then once she's there, I'm sorry, I told you to put the opening to the back, and I meant to the opening to the front. Okay? The front, so that once she lays down, I can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle this side out, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle this side out, and she's already covered up. Okay? So the opening of the gown is to the back, and then the opening of the sheet is to the front. And then I can take this top side and pull it down. Okay? So let's see you try that. Okay, so she already has her gown on, and her gown opening is to the back, and she's going to take this and have the sheet opening to the front. And go ahead and lay down. And I would tell her to lay down, and before I came back in, I'd say, okay, Miss James, are you ready for me? I would give her a pillow, blah, blah, blah. I'll at least give you one here. Okay. Okay, then when I came in, this is how I would find her. And I might say, okay, can you roll to your side a little bit? And I would wiggle, wiggle, wiggle this side out. Okay? Then I could come to the other side. If you could slide over to that side, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle this side out. Okay, see how she's staying draped the whole time. And then if I need to cover her all the way up, I already have this one here. And I can bring that all the way down. Okay? If I was going to work on her low back, okay, and let's say she's a lady that's pretty busty and maybe is going to have some soft tissue that could show, okay, I might want to pull this up a little bit, take this, slide it underneath her arm, okay, so that I would drape that soft tissue area. Go ahead and lay down for me, okay. Same thing. I'm going to take this side, slide it underneath there, cover up that soft tissue area, and then I can bring this down here if I need to, okay? But that way everything here is covered, and I could have access to her back, okay? If it was maybe her low back that I needed to get access to, I'd probably use 2 sheets, okay? Whoopsie. And I would maybe bring this one up, okay? And let's say I need to get access to that low back. I would have my second sheet. I can't hold them today. Okay. I would have my second sheet this way. And I would probably even kind of tuck it in, okay, to the waistband of her pants. That way it stays there. And if I'm going to do my ultrasound or I'm going to do my massage or whatever I'm going to do, you know, the top of her's covered up, the bottom of her's covered up. I'm just exposing the area that I want to work on, okay? Let's pretend she's a patient maybe in the hospital who maybe had a knee replacement and we need to do exercise. So if you could flip over on your belly, this will be my last one, and I'll let you guys go. But we'll review these again. At least that way you've seen it once. So let's say she's in there. She's already in a gown because she's in the hospital. And her knee's in bad shape, but we need to exercise. When we go in there, she's probably already covered up, okay, because she's here in the hospital and it's chilly, and okay, she's here. But I would say, okay, Miss James, we're going to do some exercises on your knee today. Is that okay if we kind of do that? All right. She's probably not wearing undergarments. Do I really want her flinging her leg all over around the place? No. What I'm going to do, though, I can't just keep her covered here. I need to see this knee that we're working on. But when she lifts up her leg, everything's all over the place. So what we're going to do is bring that up and use a secondary sheet to wrap around that limb, okay? So it kind of is a buffer and it can move with her. So I would probably bring this underneath, come here. I can drape that way. And now as she moves, she has this covering everything up, okay, as we move around. She's going to feel more comfortable knowing all her businesses.
Her business.
All the business. Okay, so questions about that? So again, it's for comfort, for modesty, for warmth.